Jenny from Team Super Awesome Art, and today I have to share with you guys this custom Funko Pop of Hellboy. This was a collaboration piece between myself and Hutch. He did all the sculpting on this figure, and then I did a majority of the paint work. I'm going to go ahead and roll some footage of us actually working on this figure, and then at the end of the video we'll talk a little bit more about who did what to make this guy. So please stick around for that. So far, this is what he has, an amazing sculpt. Check out all the detail on those pants. He added like belts and horseshoe and a cross and all sorts of things on this guy. He is amazing and I can't wait to paint this. Also to this figure, he has to add the gun. The gun is actually right here. He sculpted it separately. I'm gonna be super careful with this thing. But here it is. This is the gun. This thing literally took him 5 hours yesterday. A lot of detail, super awesome little gun. This is actually made out of wax, and he is gonna mold this, I believe, and then add it to the gun, add it to the pop. Let me get this really close so you guys can see all the detail on this little gun. This is what 5 hours of work actually looks like. So this gun, 5 hours just on this. So pops take a long time, detail takes a long time, and it's worth it. 'Cause look at this thing, how cool. Check that out. all finished. It is Hellboy, and this one was sculpted by Hutch, and I did the paint work on this figure. We do have some videos of us actually talking about the process of this and actually showing him before he was completely done. I'm going to post them here so you can check them out. We have 2 of those videos that he's in. So originally when we got this commission, Hutch was going to do the paint work and I was going to do the sculpting, but we ended up switching. He really wanted to sculpt it and I really wanted to paint it, so we went ahead and did that, and I'm really glad because I like what he did in the sculpt and I like what I did in the paint work, so it worked out really well. To break down the sculpting on this thing is amazing, all the detail that it has. So the first thing is of course the face, and it is very hard to turn Hellboy into a pop because Hellboy has a really long face and of course a pop is really square. So to really get all that detail, it is kind of tricky, but I think he did an amazing job in the sculpt on the face with the brow bone and the nose. He added the lips and of course the little goatee that he has. For this one, they wanted the horns to be shaved off, so we went ahead and did that, though this one would look cool with even 2 horns or even like 1 and 1 shaven. He also sculpted his facial hair on the sides here, and then of course his bun on the back of his head. This figure was originally a wrestler pop and it was Triple H. I'll post it here to make sure, but it was Triple H and it was a wrestler pop. So the body, he didn't do very much to the chest, but he did move the arms so he can hold the gun and make space for his arm. So he went ahead and sculpted his arm. He did that separately. He cut off the arm and worked on his gauntlet separately. Same thing with the gun. This gun took him 5 hours to make. And again, if you watch the update video, we talk a little bit more about the gun. He sculpted the gun out of wax and then we molded it, and I believe he cast it in clay, if I'm not mistaken. So the gun is clay, and then he built the hand around the gun to add it to the figure. So he did cut off the original pop's hand and then re-sculpted the hand around the gun. So a lot of work right there, and this gun, like I said, took 5 hours of just sculpting the gun. It took him all one sitting, I believe, one day. He did it 5 hours to make the gun. So a lot of detail just in that piece alone. Now the best part about this pop is the super little details that really do make it stand out. So just on his belt alone, he has another belt going around his leg. On that he added a cross hanging from the belt, and then on this side he added the horseshoe that Hellboy carries to the side there. So it's like hung onto his belt. This was all sculpted on, so nothing really hangs on the belt, it just looks like it. He added a couple pouches also to the belt, so there's one here on the corner, and then on the back he added a bigger one. And then also he sculpted these pants entirely, so all the wrinkles on the pants were all sculpted in. It is so much detail just from the waist down that it's amazing. He also gave this guy, of course, his tail, so that was all sculpted on, and then, yeah, I love this piece. Like I said, I did the paint work on this guy. Hutch went ahead and laid down a red base color with an airbrush really quickly, and then I went ahead and highlighted and shadowed this figure. So a lot of little details, a lot of work. The hardest part, of course, was making everything stand out. Well, for me. The hardest part for me was making everything stand out with paint, especially around the pants. So I did shade the pants using some gray to really make all those little folds in his pants really stand out, so it's not just solid black. And then of course I went in with some browns and really tried to highlight and give his belts a really weathered look, and I hit the little horseshoe there with some silver so it really stands out. And I did the same with the gun. I laid down some black and then some silver on top to give it a really gunmetal type look. The one thing that Hutch also painted was the eyes. He went ahead and airbrushed that to really give him a really translucent kind of glowy type feel. The last thing I did was I did add a few embellishments. Hutch had mentioned that he had a rope hanging from his gun, so I went ahead and added that to the bottom of his gun, and that's rope, so it just hangs and it's on there with a loop. And then I also went ahead and gave him a bracelet because he has a lot of accessories, this character. So we tried to capture as many of them as possible. There it is. Oh, and also his belt in the front. He wears a kind of a red belt buckle with silver around, and I tried to capture that with paint as well. And there he is, guys. I think that's everything on this figure. If I missed anything, comment below and let me know. I'll be more than happy to answer your questions for you, as well as follow us on Facebook. We do post a lot of our customs on there. Hit the like button if you enjoyed this video, and as always, guys, subscribe to see more cool stuff from us in the future. Thank you so much for watching.